You are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZWLP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Son Taylor. Son, introduce your family real quick.
Okay. So today is kind of different. Happy New Year for you guys just tuning in for the new year. I brought both of my little girls in. The one that's in my arm right now is Nyla, and the one that's sitting next to Taylor is Lena.
High five. That's right, teammate.
Yay.
And we are together today, YPC, Young Professionals of Conroe.
That's right.
Please head to Facebook at YPC936, or YouTube, YPC936, or our website at YPC936, and give us a follow or give us a shout.
Let me correct Taylor real quick. Go to Facebook, but put in Young Professionals of Conroe, not YPC.
You can type both. Both
Man,
will
let me
work.
see this
You
stuff.
go ahead. You fact check me.
I will fact check you.
Who do you think's right, me or your dad?
All right. Woo! Young Professionals Conroe at YPC936. Okay. I'm
Score
wrong.
one.
I'm wrong. I am wrong. I'm not gonna lie. Hey.
Entrepreneurs at home, that's a big concept to learn.
Yeah, Young Professionals of Conroe at YPC936 on Facebook. Check us out. Go give us a like. Go give us a like right now. Drop what you're
Right
doing.
now, stop it. Let's
Drop-
take a moment of
drop that
silence
tool.
for that.
Drop that tool. Drop the baby. No, don't drop the baby.
Don't drop the baby.
Don't drop the baby. But go give us a like on Facebook right now and follow us on Instagram as well. Today is a very, very special day.
Why is it a special day, son?
Going into the new year, we have a very, very great and amazing guest,
Who is that?
Jody.
Jody who?
Jody,
Jody Czajkoski.
yes.
Is that who you're talking about?
That's exactly who I'm talking about.
Why is Jody Czajkoski so important to the city of Conroe?
Because he is our leader, our president of Conroe.
President of Conroe.
Isn't that what the mayor is to a city level? They act like the president, correct? To the nation, but to the city. On a city level, the mayor is the highest official for our city, correct?
Yes.
You want to fact
I know
check
what you
that?
mean.
You fact check that?
I know what you mean, son. Yeah. Jody Czajkoski is the mayor of our fair city here, and he is going to be on here in just a little while, and he is going to answer just a few questions and also hopefully inspire a couple of other entrepreneurs, being an entrepreneur himself that started
right.
his business with nothing, and hopefully give you guys a little bit more motivation that, you can do this. And if you haven't started yet, hopefully he's able to give you a little motivation to start.
I got some really, really great question I wanted to ask him. I want to ask him, you know what I mean?
Want to ask him.
I want to ask him, you know what I mean? See, everybody's talking how genuine he is, and I really believe that he is a very genuine person.
I think he is too.
I got to meet him multiple times, different occasions as well. He seems like a very down-to-earth, genuine type of person.
Yes.
And he doesn't come off where, when you, I don't know how to say this. I wasn't like starstruck or anything like that, you know what I mean? Like, oh my goodness, this is the guy that's running for mayor.
Who would you be starstruck for?
My wife.
Oh, shout
Nah, I'm
out to
just
Hey
playing.
Kelly. He gets starstruck when he sees you.
Look at Lena. She's all like blushing over there.
He's like, look at daddy talking
Come
about
on, baby
mommy.
girl. Oh my goodness, you blushing? Oh man.
Your daddy loves your mom, doesn't he? Yeah.
Nah, but he's such a down to earth guy where, if you run across, would you be starstruck if you met the president?
No.
No? Oh my goodness, okay there. Who would be starstruck by? Who would you be starstruck by?
I don't know, man. I think we're all just people.
We are just people, but to some individual, they feel like there's a person that's, oh man, he's better than me. You know what I mean? You know that feeling?
No offense, and not to come across cocky, man.
Forget it. You can't relate. Then I can't talk to you later. You know that feeling? Oh my goodness! I guess I'm by myself.
I'm gonna go with Naruto.
Naruto. Okay. Come on, let's be serious for a second.
Well, that's why,
I'm hoping that-
because it's not real.
Yeah,
If you
you-
come across someone that you think, oh my gosh, you're not real, and then all of a sudden it turns out you're real, oh my gosh.
You're crazy. No, I'm not talking about that. It's like, I've been there where I feel like when I was, feeling like, oh, I'm nobody, right? I'm nobody, but this person has so much accomplishment. I can't, align with this person or whatnot. You know what I mean? And I got to be careful of what I say and how I act around this individual.
I used to get starstruck, so I know what you mean. And then I was.
Why didn't you just say that in the beginning then?
Well, because I was told not to by the
By
same
who?
people. I went to this.
But I was asking you a question.
Why?
I want to see if you could relate.
I can,
You said no, you could
but
not
not
relate.
anymore.
Unbelievable, man.
That's how it is. I was told not to, simply because I was. Can cause you not to ask the most beneficial questions at the time. Sometimes you get wrapped up in that, and it was kind of one of the things that I always like to tell people regarding that is if you meet one of these people that are more successful than you or have been able to accomplish some of the things that you haven't been able to accomplish, is not say, oh my gosh, man, it's so good, let me take a picture with you and all this
Yeah.
stuff. It's more of, hey man, how'd you do that?
Yeah.
And sometimes you can get wrapped up in the fame of the person or the success of that person and the inspirement of them, and you forget those things. And then you can get lost in this moment later. Oh man, I really should have asked that.
Yeah, it clouds your mind up and stuff like that. But no, I know exactly what you're saying. You know what I mean, so for those out there, don't be, starstruck or act like, oh my goodness, that person is better than me. You know what I mean? I gotta be careful how I say what I say and how I act around that individual. No, you just be who you are and always be who you are, no matter what.
Always.
Because
always be genuine.
that's exactly it. That key word tonight is genuine.
Genuine. And
Remember
for
that.
those of you at home, that's your word for tomorrow.
Study it. Write it 10 times.
Don't do that.
And give me a definition.
How are they going to give you a definition?
You
Son?
give me a definition.
You want me to give you a
Give me
definition?
a definition. You got 10 seconds. Go. 10, 9, 8.
Definition of
7,
genuine: being
6,
complete, open,
5.
transparent, honest, transparent, and you can see through it.
You can see through it. Okay, let me look at this stuff real quickly. Okay, Google. What's the definition of genuine?
I want to see if I get something different. What's the definition of genuine?
Okay. It says
Truly, what's authentic? I said
truly what
authentic,
something
didn't I?
is said to be authentic. No, you said transparent, see-through, clear. That's what you said.
Hold on, man.
That is what you
are some
said.
synonyms?
We're not talking about synonym. We're talking about definition.
Definition. I suppose that's what you asked, so I'm wrong on that one. I was completely off. I will not complete the Webster challenge. But I agree with you though. When I met Jody, he was a very genuine guy as well. He really came across as, and I think that's one of the thing with entrepreneurs. There's so many entrepreneurs that we've gotten to know throughout the city, and one of the big things that a lot of people look for when going to seek business is that sense of genuineness or authenticness. Is this person being themselves?
Yep.
And is this really their passion, or is this just another person that's out to make a buck? Well, when I met our mayor, I didn't think that he was just out for the fame of it all, or to be starstruck, or out for a position of power. I thought he was truly here to listen to the people and value everybody's opinion more than he values his own, and because he knows that a city isn't just based on himself.
That's exactly true. That's so true. You know what I mean? It's not about you. It's not based on you. And that's exactly who he is. It's not just him.
I'd like to, do you mind if I give a shout out to another local entrepreneur real quick to use him as an example?
For my permission, because we're a team, I would say, sure, no.
Oh, thank you so much.
Go for it.
So there's this local food truck that just recently opened up called Mama Marina's. And it's
shout out to Mama Marinas.
It's ran by a son and mother, and she likes to go by Mari, and his name is Robert. And primarily, you're going to end up talking to Robert. And one of the things that Robert's going to do every time that you get food from him
Is smile.
Other than that, he's going to ask. He is going to smile every time, but he's going to say, "Hey, what'd you think? What'd you think of the food? Is there anything that you would like different? Is there anything that you would like to see on our menu? Is there anything that you think could be better about the food that we're serving?" He truly values the opinions of his customers, and he recognizes that this isn't just something for him. This is something for everybody else. And I truly believe that I function in my business the same way. I know that San does with his. He asked me tons of questions when we got our car worked on. His wife and himself asked me tons of questions about the food that I've eaten from Taste the Asian, and they value the opinions of others. And when you start living your dream or your passion, then you start to, that's something that's focused on the world around you.
Yeah.
And you start to worry more about the opinions of others and making other people happy.
That's right.
And this is my personal belief, and I don't mean to sound like a hippie.
No,
but-
I agree with you. What you said definitely are some of the things that I agree with you. I mean, we value your opinion. We value you. We value our customers. We are in the people's business. We are in the business to please and make sure that you guys are happy at the end of the day with what service we're providing, or food or whatnot, or our personality. You know what I mean? You know, this is the service. This is the things. This is the reason why we got into it. You know, we want to put a smile on your face. We want to make sure that you're happy. You know what I mean? Can we brighten your day up with a kimchi fried rice? You know what I mean? Or Mama Marina's papusa? Or hey, I got to talk about this, okay? For the past 2 days, I've been playing.
Why did you just lick your lips like that, man?
Hey, you got some chapstick?
No.
Okay then.
All right, fine.
I'm sorry.
I'm
if I
not
lick
looking.
My lip.
I'm not
Okay.
looking-
Hey, don't try to change. Listen, back to Mama Marina's and
Past 2
Robert.
days.
Robert,
Past 2 days.
shout out to Robert. But as of right now, I've been playing some Super Nintendo. Street Fighter Turbo, to be exact, the game that I'm playing. I've been
Shaking your
undefeated.
head, right? Oh no, we haven't played yet.
I don't like people talking that they're good, okay? And then when they are brought to the couch and the controls in their hand, they can't do nothing, then that's all talk and just all smoke. So, Robert, I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but bro, I beat you. I beat you real good.
Did Robert talk trash ahead of time?
He said he was good. Oh,
He
yeah.
did?
Yeah. And then he was like, I'm going to bring my brother. I'll bring my brother Oscar. Oscar's good. I was like, yeah, bring him too. I'll beat him. I beat the whole family. You know what I mean? Why not? But he was like, then he was like, Oscar said only on Xbox. I was like, hey, no, we ain't playing no Xbox. We're playing back to our day, Super Nintendo console.
You're going down.
Yep, that's it.
You haven't played
sure?
me yet.
Friday at the shop. Come through.
Next week, y'all will know who won, me or San. If you think whoever you think's gonna win, if you think San's gonna win, drop a comment and just write San's gonna win.
Oh,
If
let's
you
do a
think-
wager. Don't forget, let's put a wager on this. If you beat me, I will do the Wheel of Death. Your choice or whatever, okay?
Sure.
If I beat you, vice versa.
This is easy money.
Easy money. No, that's the easy
This is
win.
easy food.
This is easy win for me. Guys, you stay tuned, okay? I want you to see this. We can do it tomorrow, so you can actually do this on the next episode.
Tomorrow's Friday.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'd have to be tomorrow after 8. Is
That's
that okay?
fine. I'll stay around.
Done.
Hey, shop's been renovated. I don't even want to go home no
Done.
more. I got a sofa. I got a TV. I got my game.
Speaking of renovations and work and all that, San, what did you and your family do over the holidays? I know y'all were open Christmas Day.
We slept. We just slept. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. No, I'm just playing. We definitely had a great Christmas. We had a great Christmas, okay? I know the kids were very, very happy. Their favorite holiday, of course, is Christmas. Not so much my favorite holiday, but that's besides the fact. As long as the family is happy and healthy, that's all that matters. I was able to spend time with my mother, my father, my uncle, who they all came and flew up from Michigan to spend Christmas with us, and that was such a blessing, you know what I mean? To be able to actually be together as a family, you know. The only person that wasn't able to be with us was my brother, second oldest brother, who is back at home in Cambodia. Shout out to Cambodia.
Shout out to Cambodia.
But yeah, we had a great Christmas, and going into the new year was such an incredible new year. Was with the people that I love, my family, my kids. We didn't stay up late. We laid in bed and fell asleep, and I guess didn't fall asleep. Actually, we just listened to the fireworks. We didn't have to go buy no fireworks at all. We had an extravaganza, show outside in our front yard, right? We got on a balcony and just watched fireworks. That's pretty much it. Came back home, came back inside, and just laid in bed. We watched the movie. Did you watch a scary movie? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Do you like scary movies too?
No.
No?
Yeah, you do. You love watching scary movie. You better.
You
see
like
it.
watching scary movies because Daddy likes watching scary
I
movies.
do love watching scary movies. How was your holidays? How was that?
They're pretty good. December's a big time. Well, I worked just about every day, and I think the only day that I had off was New Year's Day, actually, and I didn't even have Christmas Day off. I know you didn't either.
Nope.
But then, let's see. Grandpa's birthday is December 24th, so Christmas Eve. My wife's father's birthday is the 26th. My
Ooh.
birthday is the 30th. My grandma's is the 1st. And so we've got, December's full for us as far as, celebration. So we had a wonderful time. We got to spend some time with family, and then we got to accomplish a lot of things for the company. New Year's Eve, we did an ice bath. I put a picture out there. Doing
Ice bath?
Yeah, I did an ice bath for New Year's Eve, watching the fireworks. And
We did an
From
ice
there.
bath together. Not together.
on my birthday, hey, yeah, we did an ice bath together.
No, we did not do an ice bath together. We did an ice bath one after another.
One after another. Yeah, Son came by, and hey guys, first off, December 30th, my birthday, I'm 28, and I had my first birthday party thanks to this man and my wife and his wife. And it was wonderful. I'm 28, first birthday party ever, period. So that meant a lot to me.
Hey.
And he brought me a present, 2 presents.
Hey.
And I was like, I cried after that. And you can text Elle and she'll ask. I didn't cry in front of you. I wasn't going to do that. But I cried the next day because, man,
Tell the
this is my
truth. Why did
birth-
you cry? It wasn't because of that. It was the Vegemite.
Yeah, we had the Vegemite that night.
It was
I know
the Vegemite.
the throw up was from the Vegemite.
That was
And
disgusting.
It was Australia. I don't know. And later on in the show, you're going to get to see the Vegemite come on to the wheel of death, and it is just nasty. This time, instead of just being scooped out of a jar, it's thrown in and made into a smoothie, and
my
I can't
goodness,
believe it. And
why?
it's either going to be you, me, or Jody. One of us might have to do that, and that's terrifying.
I don't think it's gonna be me.
I don't think it's going to be me. I think it's going to be Jody.
I hope so.
I hope it's Jody too.
I hope so. It's Jody. But guys, just stay tuned. I can't wait for you guys to see our mayor and the questions that we have for him, and for him to take that challenge and to take the Vegemite shot.
There's other things that are going to be on the menu, but let's hope it lands on Vegemite.
Yes.
Maybe we can't
I
do
think
that.
by far
It's
the
all left up to
Vegemite.
chance.
I think Vegemite is probably the worst one. What other things you have for the Wheel of Death?
I don't know. We've got
Vegemite,
mealworm, clam juice smoothie. It's a bunch of smoothies today, man.
the
And
habanero.
There's a habanero smoothie, and then there's a sardine smoothie making its way back. And I don't know. All of them smell rancid. They all have their
I
own.
think Vegemite is probably by far the worst.
So the two that have the largest stench are the habanero. It's
probably burned, right?
I put
Like
a
the-
lot of habaneros in
Yeah,
there.
so no, it doesn't have a stench to it. It's the spice.
And it makes your eyes water.
That's
But
fine.
the Vegemite makes you want to just
Leave the room.
drop.
Vegemite want to
It's
make you leave the
terrifying.
room and find the nearest person to smack. Say, if you like Vegemite, I just want to smack
It
you.
doesn't give you violent tendencies. So, I just don't want anybody at home thinking that. And, so Jody's going to be here any minute, and I can't be more excited for the year of 2021. We're going to have a lot of people on this year.
Yeah.
Our next guest is, after next week, is who?
Okay, I want to give you guys a clue, and I will tell you who it is. This is going to be an exciting guest. He's very young.
How young is he?
Don't want to give his age out yet.
That's personal information.
It is personal information, but he's a very young entrepreneur. At a young age, he was able to accomplish so many things. So just tune in for that one. His name is Zach Galindo. He owns.
Oh, he owns Galindo's Barbershop.
Yes, he does. He owns 2 barbershops.
That's the one with the lion on it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hear him
entering
roar.
2021, week number 2 with the roar.
That's right. Hear him roar. Okay, so he has Galindo's Barbershop, which he has 2 in Conroe, and a spa aesthetic salon. So that's very inspiring. You know what I mean?
It
For
is.
those who are looking to open up a salon, a barbershop, or whatever, anything in the beauty,
Or
industry.
opening up a business in general.
Yeah.
On
I
your
want
own.
you guys to tune in next week because he will share his tricks and tips of how he got to where he is today. Young age, I would say he's 32. That's his age. Very, very young to accomplish that many things. We
Yeah.
want to know his tricks. We want to know
We
the
do,
tips.
but before we get to his tricks, we're going to get to Jody Czajkoski, mayor of Conroe's tricks, here in just a second.
Jody.
Enjoy our short break. If you haven't dropped everything to go and like our page or subscribe, do that now. YPC936 all across the board. Facebook,
That is
Instagram,
right.
YouTube, website. Do it now. We'll see you soon.
it.
Hey there, everybody. I'm Taylor Cobion with the OC Wellness in Conroe, Texas, and I'd like to start this off with a question. What's the most important part of your health? That's right, psychology. If your mind isn't in it, then you aren't in it, and that's the biggest part of my job, increasing your drive, energy, and personal happiness. While I'm looking for people experiencing chronic disease, pain, and fatigue, the first step to helping these people, aka you, is by assessing their and your mentality. The information and marketing out there can tend to lead you down a dark rabbit hole, but you've got to remember that your mind and body are what? An original. And you are the what? The captain. Together that's original captain, and that's what the OC stands for. Do you know anyone who visits the chiropractor but still doesn't experience lasting relief? If so, please send them my way. I'm Taylor Cobion, owner of the OC Wellness, reminding you to keep your health and wellness original.
Hey y'all, it's DJ Mike from Dance Time in Texas. Join me Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. as I count down the top 10 Texas Red Dirt songs that are packing the dance floor. I'll be featuring local artists and the story behind the hits, shows in the area, as well as new songs that make you want to dance. It's Dance Time in Texas with DJ Mike on Lone Star Community Radio, 104.5 KCZW and 106.1 KZCC, Conroe, Texas, or online, irlonestar.com.
Hey there, what's going on, everybody? It's YPC, Young Professionals of Conroe, back here with Jody Czajkoski, Conroe's new mayor. It's 2021. Can we get a Happy New Year?
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New Year.
So, San, why don't you go ahead and ask Jody the first question?
Jody, Mayor Jody, we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to actually come out to our show, Young Professionals of Conroe. We really appreciate that.
Well,
It
thank
means a
you for
lot.
having me, son. I appreciate it. Good to see you again.
Hey, always good to see you. You always got this great vibe. There's like something about you that I love being around you, honestly. And not just saying that, but when we first crossed paths, you was actually still running for mayor. I didn't even know who you were. He came to the shop and to the food truck, and he was like knocking on doors, and it was incredible because I've never met a politician do that. You know what I mean? And come to us and not actually in our neighborhood, to just come and introduce himself. And I remember what happened, and it was something happened. We were talking. It was a gentleman that came up. Remember, he drove by, and he was kind of a little upset.
Oh yeah.
And you took the time out to just, I don't know what you said, but you made him feel good, and it was a peaceful, it was peaceful after that.
I had woke him up from a nap about 5 or 6 blocks down the road. I don't know how the guy found me. He just happened to be officing next to Son, and it was kind of an interesting thing. But yeah, absolutely.
That was
Why did he come by?
I had knocked on his door and woke him up, and he wasn't too happy, and he felt guilty about it because I think he thought he was rude, and so he come and found me, and he's like, "Hey, I apologize."
So he was
a gentleman.
kind-hearted. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
He was
yeah,
kind-hearted
yeah.
enough to say, "Hey, man, I don't feel like I
That's
agree
exactly
to
what it
do the
was,
right way."
He did. Yeah, nice guy.
Yeah.
That's what we got here in Conroe. A lot of nice guys and nice gals.
Yeah.
right.
That's
That's right.
right.
Like
But-
Son and
Man, it was just incredible how, the mayor came up and just was knocking on doors, getting to know people in the neighborhood, you know what I mean? And it just made me feel good knowing that, wow, we got a genuine person that really want to start making changes. He took the time out to explain to me, what he wants to do and what he wants to do with Conroe and go forward from there. And that leads us to our first question is, what do you think the most important issue facing our city right now?
I got involved in public service. My background is in business, and while we got along very well, you're an entrepreneur like me, and I always cater towards our entrepreneurs. I think they help build our world and build our community. But I got involved in government, and the most important issue is what you have in your hand right there. That is Miss Nala, correct?
Nyla, yeah.
Nyla.
I know that
It's
those are hearing us on the radio right now, not able to see who I have on my lap, and I have my 1-year-old daughter here along with my 10-year-old daughter who just turned 10 on New Year's.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. I couldn't find a babysitter on time. Wife, kids are working on a food truck right now. I was like, you know what? Let me see if it's okay. And it was okay for us to bring the kids here. So I was like, hopefully, Mayor Jody don't mind also.
I'm glad you did. If I'd known, I'd have brought a couple of mine, and we wouldn't have got anything done.
Yeah.
But no, that's what we got. We live in a crazy world right now,
We
and
do.
there's a lot of division out there, and I think we all need to be focused on what this country looks like 20 years from now, and what it looks like for our kids, because we'll all be dead and gone before you know it, and Miss Nyla and Lena will be running our country and preserving the freedoms that we have. So up front, I looked at Conroe and started just evaluating what we had here, what our pros and cons, and Conroe is beautiful. I mean, the quality of life here, we've got a beautiful lake, we've got beautiful rivers, national forest, good workforce, good pro-business government, a lot of land, a lot of room to grow, water, good water, got a lake, plenty of groundwater and plenty of lake water as well. And I wanted to see if I could help build a community that our kids could grow up, they could go to college here, they could find a job here, and we could stay in our wonderful community. So one of the first things we started working on is I felt we needed another institution of higher learning, and was involved with recruiting the University of St. Thomas to come here, and they actually opened the UST Max here in downtown Conroe, which is an online campus to start. It works out in conjunction with their campus out of Montrose, offering bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and doctorate degrees. And then we were fortunate enough to recruit a nursing college to come, and actually they set up next to St. Luke's right there in Shenandoah. And you got a good educated workforce, quality of life's wonderful, government's wonderful, community's wonderful, good individuals, and I think we can help recruit some more businesses to come here and create good jobs for our kids and for us as well. So your most important issue now is just good growth, maintaining our small town feel here in Conroe. We've got a real downtown, we've got a real main street, we've got a real mayor. A lot of communities, some that are neighbors, they build and create what we already have. And we've got a rich history here from the oil boom, the Miracle City, the timber town, the rail town. And we've got a good canvas here to work with. So just excited about the opportunities and want to focus on our children and put Conroe first.
I think I couldn't agree more with you, Jody. When you start, Conroe has great bones, and when you start talking about Son wondering if it's okay if he brings his kids, well, sometimes when you're an entrepreneur in general, there are situations like that arise.
Sure.
And going out of your way to bring your kids with you and not using it as an excuse to
That's
not
beautiful.
show up,
Yeah.
it is beautiful.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
And when you start talking about the next generation, and thinking about how many students look for 4-year colleges or degrees that they have to go out of city for.
Mm-hmm.
So our next generations are leaving. You're providing people an opportunity for those next generations to stay, and more. And that you're right, that's key. Having Conroe as a city that you can stay in, a city that you can continue to grow in with you, your family, the next generation. And that was one of the things that I loved about Jody from the start. Before I got to meet with him, I knew that he had brought St. Thomas here, and he had a big influence to play, and that he was a big advocate for education. And I thought, man, this guy's a real go-getter. And all right, I still need to meet with him. And then I needed a pin, and that's a little trick that I do, whether or not you knew it or not. And I try to see, are they going to leave me without a pin, or are they going to go get a pin for me? Do they have a second pin? And you got me another pin. And then I wanted a sign. At that point, he won me over, and he said, you know what, I've got a sign in my car. Let's walk out to the car. Despite the fact that he had other stuff that he had to get to, he put me first, and the fact that I needed something from him. So that told me that he was going to put the people first as well, and that he wasn't just going to sit there and let it go. So coming into our next question on what it is that you hope to accomplish for our city. It's a new year. It's 2021, 2022. What are some of your goals for Conroe this year?
I mean, our community, it's all here. It needs to be brought together. It needs to be unified. I feel like sometimes people need to be invited to the table. And what I've seen, for example, we're working right now on helping young entrepreneurs, helping young business people that can start their own companies here in Conroe. I've got a veteran, a former Navy SEAL that I'm working with, and we would like to create and turn Conroe into a veterans incubator, to where a lot of these vets get out of the military. They're highly disciplined, highly trained. Most of them got a little money in the bank, and start setting up classes, seminars to help them start their own companies in conjunction with St. Thomas, as I mentioned below earlier, and also Lone Star College has done wonderful things for our community. And now, we've got a Sam Houston, which is my alumni and our neighbor. We've got a medical school here. But we want to take these same type courses and take entrepreneurs that are in our community. And that's what you've seen. Son started his company from nothing, and that was my background. I didn't have anybody to prop me up, and you have to make sacrifices. You have to work till 10 o'clock at night. If you want that new Mercedes, and maybe you make the money to earn it and buy that Mercedes, you got to save that money and go buy that used car so you can save that $20,000 a year and start your company. You got to bring your daughter and let her run around your office and teach her how to start their own business. But it's not rocket science, but there's some cool entrepreneurs in the area. We've got a very diverse community, and get those guys up there and let people just learn from them. And people like Son and yourself love to teach and want to help. So,
yeah, I love it.
I love it also, and that's the one thing that that I really like about you, is that you're not fake about nothing at all. You're very, very genuine. And it's so hard nowadays, especially with what's going on in the news. This person said they're gonna do this, and then all of a sudden, when it came down to it, they didn't do what they said they were going to do. It's hard to find those type of people that's in office that will keep their word. And I really feel like, me personally, by talking to you and being around you, you really are a genuine person, and you really want good things to happen for our city. I remember, I think it was a week and a half ago, where I was working on your vehicle, and you brought it in, and I knew it was coming from your heart, where you wanted to do something as a project. You remember that project you wanted to do about these kids that's coming up?
Yeah.
And not everybody's want to go to college, you know what I mean? But there's always something that, as long as they're put in the right path, or have some type of leadership, they can go out there and go to trade school, Let them go to trade school, and that's not talked about a lot, Everybody's talking about college. But as an entrepreneur, I know that you don't need, most of the time, you really don't need college, There's things that, it just depends on who are you around. Who are you being mentored by? Are you around good folks,
Sure.
that can lead you in the right direction and help you and help point you there, And I feel like what we talked about, I really feel like you get enough good people with the right mind, the right heart, that want to change Conroe, especially for the kids, for the next generation, just like my daughters, and for those who aren't fortunate enough to grow up and have everything, to have a program set in Conroe for those kids to be able to have this same opportunity that we're all having, that we fight and struggle for, that they can have the same opportunity also as well. So I really like that about you and about what you want Conroe to go to, the plan forward for the kids.
It's just implementing the American dream. That's all we're doing here.
I like what you said, Son. that was I had, for those of you at home, I actually haven't gone to college either. That was my initial plan. And a mentor of mine asked me, because my initial plan was to go get my doctorate in exercise physiology. And he said, why do you want to do that? And I said, what's your 5-year goal? I said, yeah. I don't have one. So he told me if I don't come back with a 5-year plan on Monday, and it was Friday, that I was going to be fired. And I said, okay. So I came back Monday with a 5-year plan, and he said, where in there is the need for your collegiate degree? You want to open up a facility, you want to open up a school, you want to do all these things. Why do you need a 5-year degree to do that? Or why do you need a collegiate degree to do that? I said, because that's how it's supposed to be. And he said, no, let me introduce you to some people. And he introduced me to some people that have done exactly what I've done, not just locally, but had graduated to actually accomplishing that worldwide. So a big part of that comes down to what it is, what you would like to do, what are your goals. You're right, who are you around, who's influencing you, what's your environment. If you're coming, like St. Thomas just had they had a special that they were running. I don't know if it's still going on. Maybe Jody can enlighten us on that, or if not, we'll reach out and find out. But they were offering a couple of free degrees for people that either had their GED,
I heard about that.
or or graduated high school, their high school diploma.
I heard about that.
That was neat, man. And for people that might have graduated high school or had their GED but might not have the best influences around them in life, sometimes college is a good escape. And especially collegiate schools like St. Thomas offering that for those that typically those people are a little bit unfortunate financially speaking. So that's wonderful.
They have a close to $1 billion endowment, and the Catholic University in general is here to build future leaders of the world and really merge faith and culture. So with that endowment and the scholarships available, most of the programs that are priced, I mean, this is a above average, Ivy League type institution, but we can get that cost down. The lady that runs that department here in Conroe is Brenda Benegas, and if you have any questions on programs that are available, financing that's available, grants that are available for their programs, you can call her at 936-445-0885, and she'll lead you in the right direction. But to mention, our other partners as well. But there's ways. Colleges for some kids, and some kids it's not for them. So there's different routes.
There's always different routes,
Yeah.
and it's important to weigh the pros and cons that you have around you. So, Jody, I feel like we might have, gone around this topic, but what was it that made you just finally say, I want to run for mayor? Before that, you held a council position, so maybe we should start there. What was it that...
My wife worked for the district attorney, Mike McDougall, and Brett Ligon, our current district attorney, for years. And so I got to know a lot of our political figures, and I'm in the real estate investment business. We develop real estate, we syndicate real estate investments, so you learn to a lot of your local politicians and political figures. You have to work with them in the development business. Through my wife's relationships, I got to know these guys, and I just felt kind of God putting it on my heart that I could help. I'd been successful in business, and we had a young family, and been successful working on numerous ministries and boards with Sacred Heart Catholic Church here. We started a nonprofit called Faith Fest, and that's had a good run, and I've been involved with probably 50 different startup companies. And it's like, hey, what's next? You got to give back. I mean, we need people that aren't currently, that would think they would never get involved in public service. That's who we need involved right now in America. I mean, we've got enough that are working their way up the campaign trail, but we need normal people like us and people like me now that I'm in public service. I need your help. So that's all it is. We're connectors, but the community has to come up and help itself and use its resources, and that's what I've seen. People want to help if they're asked to help.
Yeah. Kind of like the guy when you knocked on his door and he came and hunted you down.
Yeah, he came and hunted me down.
He woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Then
That's
you
what
realize,
happened.
man, you know what? That's not paying it forward. I got to go back to this guy. I got to find him. Lo and behold, there it is.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I knocked on about 3,000 doors during the campaign for mayor, and about I guess 2,997 were very pleasant.
Oh wow! Now, was that you personally? You had like every other staff member that will go knock on doors
Oh,
for
that was
you.
me
That's
personally.
you.
Yeah, I ran for mayor, and no one knew me. I wasn't from the area. I wasn't established Conroe, and I knew we were going to be an election that it was pushed to November. We were looking at 25,000 people showing up, so it was a different race than it had been before. And what I've learned in life, and my father taught me at a young age, is they're not going to outwork me. And so we got out. A lot of the doors I knocked on was June and July, and I mean I was dressed appropriate, dressed nice. People see you coming to their door, they're like, this kid's got a little hustle, and so you got to get out and meet your constituents, and that's what we did.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
That is amazing.
It's not easy knocking on doors.
No, it's not. It's just like I'm not sure if anybody can relate, but have you ever done sales knocking on doors?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
can
get
relate.
doors shut on you. People will cuss at you. They will say, "Hey, don't you see this no soliciting sign?"
Now, most of them are nice, just so you're not getting scared about knocking on doors at home.
Yeah, don't be scared knocking on doors, because if you're scared, then it might not be the job for you. You know what I mean? But going through that process of getting rejected and maybe great outcome or not, it just makes you a stronger person. You know what I mean? You just get stronger where when words they throw at you, it don't affect you anymore. You know what I mean? It just bounce right off you. And for you to go knock on these doors by yourself, 3,000 doors, that's a lot of knocking.
That
you know
is.
what I mean? And in a period of time, how long did it take you?
We went through that maybe 4 months or so. 4 months, and
It takes time. That's a lot of doors.
And it was. But that's one thing I learned. If there's a no soliciting sign, leave that person alone, and don't park in their grass.
Yeah, yeah. Don't park in the grass. No.
Not just only that, like
But-
when you were out there when it was election, you were out there every single day, because I would pass you by on my way to work, going through downtown. You're out there. You know what I mean?
Constantly hustling.
Yep, constantly hustling. People in line, you're talking to each individual, you know what I mean, letting them get to know you.
And it
if
went
they
from
didn't-
hot to cold.
Yes.
Now they say in life, what is luck is when preparation meets opportunity, and
Yeah.
you got to get prepared. And anyway, we had a good run. We had a good team, and that's what it's about. As you grow and get a lot of things going on, and
Well, it
you got
takes
to have
a
a good
village,
team.
right?
Yeah, amen.
And I know that Jody is hard pressed for time. We've got 2 more questions. San, would you like to ask?
Yep. Next question is going to come down with 3 areas. How do you balance personal, family life with your busy job?
I work for myself, and I have good partners. I've got basically, 3 equal partners, and I've got a wife that works for herself, and my wife is supportive. If you run for public service, and you got to get your better half on in line. Put it that way, it doesn't work. So if I didn't have a good wife and good partners, it would never work. And besides that, I learned to delegate at a young age. I've got a good right hand, a good chief of staff, and I keep things moving. I mean, this is our list today of different projects in the city that we're working on. This is just my staff before it goes to council, and I mean, it's that and that. So and what I learned at a young age, if you can find someone to do something that 60, 70% is as good as you do it, let them do it and keep on moving. But you have to have a good team. I'm blessed. I'm married way up, and so fortunate. And I don't know how you do it. You could do it without a good spouse and good relationship with the Lord as well.
Well,
Amen.
That's hey, love the answer. I want all our audience, all our young entrepreneur to listen to what Mayor Jody just hit on. What teamwork, you know what I mean? If somebody else can do it 60, 70%, you know what I mean? Give it to them, let them do it, handle it, you know what I mean? And don't think that if you want to be an entrepreneur that you have to do everything yourself. You don't have to do everything yourself, you know what I mean? All you do is, like Mayor Jody said, just delegate it to a team, you know what I mean? If he has equal partners, and that's how he balances life, his work schedule, his family, great wife that understand the position he's in. Gotta have an agreement with that, because if not, you might be in a doghouse for a very long time.
Yeah. Literally sometimes.
You got to put the family first.
Yeah, you do. Jody, so and nobody's perfect. So how will you handle some of your mistakes as mayor? Are there anything that you can use personally in your life as an example of a mistake that you might have made at one point in time, owning up to it or sweeping it under the rug?
Yeah, I mean, I've been mayor for a month and a half now, so there will be many mistakes made. But what I've learned in life, and I've made a lot, and that's how I've learned. Every time I get whipped or make a mistake or fail, I come out stronger, and it builds my confidence. And you realize that, I almost love getting whipped because I know I'm going to come out of it stronger and learn something. But, when you make a mistake, you hurt someone, you speak wrong and say, own it. That's what I've learned. Go own it and keep on moving. Most people, they don't want to kick you when you're down. So when you're down and you own it, keep on moving. My mistakes, I grew up kind of just aggressive, man. When you want to go get something, you got to get it. I'm in an industry, in the commercial real estate and development business. Most people in my industry, they come from a background of that industry. They come from affluent families. They come from maybe a father that was in that industry, and a lot of times they don't invite you to just come sit down at the table. So you got to kind of bust your way in there and move your elbows and make your own seat at the table. So what was aggressively helped me in business, when it comes to public service, you got to slow your roll a little bit. I tell people sometimes government in general, what I've learned compared to running your own company in business, it's very similar, but sometimes it's like swimming in a riptide. If you get caught out in the riptide out in the ocean and you're
She said, yeah, it is.
Yes.
you're out there in Galveston and you get caught a riptide, you can't go from point A to point B in a straight line. You got to let that riptide kind of take you around and kind of swim sideways, and then you can get to the shore. So we can get a lot of things done in government, but sometimes it's using strategy and using committees and using mentors as well and other community leaders to get the word across. So just sit back, listen. What did they say? God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, and I'm a talker, so I've had to learn to shut my mouth and be quiet and listen, and always lead with love. I mean, at the end of the day, if you lead with love, most part, it's going to work out. And if it don't, then learn from your mistakes.
I love it.
Those are some really, really great advice. I love the questions. I love the answer. And I really hope that our audience, our young audience, our 18-year-old, all the way to 40, majority of you guys, if you're not into politics or into anything like that at all, that's good. But I really feel like you guys should at least get to know who Mayor Jody is and what he stands for. His heart is in the right place. He's doing a lot of big things for our city, a lot of improvement, and just consider him. Take the time out to get to know who he is. Don't be quick to jump the gun saying that he wasn't born and raised in Conroe or whatnot. He's new. It's not about that. It's that his heart's in the right place. He wants better for our city. All the young entrepreneur, everybody that's of legal age, come and get to know who Mayor Jody is, And I'm just saying that because he came knocking on our door. He took the time out to actually introduce himself for us to get to know who he is and what he stands for. And me, I always give people the benefit of the doubt, and I wanted to see if you were real and genuine about what you say you were going to do. And when you execute on your plans, that was a winner right there. You execute on the things that you say you're going to accomplish, and you went ahead and accomplished those things. And I really admire that so much about everything that you do.
Ditto.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it, and I'm trying to do a good job, and want to make you guys proud. And all that I would say is, if you ever see something that we could do better, bring us constructive criticism. Evaluate the situation, do a little homework, and don't come with a gripe. Come with a gripe, but hey, by the way, here's a way I can help. And I invite all community leaders, all Americans in general right now, is, pray for your public servants. It's a tough business out there right now. And secondly, get involved. Rather find something you're passionate. Watch your school board meetings. Watch your state House of Representatives. Watch your local level. Watch your national level. Maybe a hospital board. And then figure out what you're passionate about. And everything's online these days. You can watch the meetings, and maybe your calling is to help a political figure run for office. Maybe your calling is to be the public servant. Maybe your calling is just to help out and be on a committee. But this country is wonderful. We have opportunities that 99% of the people that have walked on this world from Adam and Eve to now don't have. And we're just blessed to be in America. And there's a lot of people that don't understand that, and they're not working to make it better, is my opinion. And it's our time to get involved, because if not, it'll get away from you real quick.
I couldn't agree more. I'd also like to say, remember that a voice can always turn into action. I know that everybody out there right now, especially going through the times that we are right now, have a voice, and many of you are voicing that voice. However, like Jody said, take a moment, take a step back, think about what it is that you're saying, and try to find a way to turn that into some sort of positive action. And that way, you're able to not just influence, but actually able to turn that voice into something that's making a difference. We're going to go ahead and cut to a short little break here, and then we're going to come back with the wheel. So, this is exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what I love is that, hey, Mayor Jody is participating.
He's
That's
participating in the wheel.
awesome. Wheel of Death. Well, we'll see what happens.
See you guys soon.
Do you want to know what's going on in Conroe? Tune in to Keeping Up with Conroe. Keeping Up with Conroe will highlight upcoming events and local businesses in the area. Keeping Up with Conroe will air the second Tuesday of every month at 11 a.m. and will be hosted by the Conroe CVB staff. Keeping Up with Conroe will highlight Conroe's amazing attractions for residents and visitors. So tune in to Keeping Up with Conroe and join the staff of the Conroe CVB every month on Lone Star Community Radio. For more information about Keeping Up with Conroe and the Conroe CVB, go to visitconroe.com.
Hey there, what's going on, everybody? It's Young Professionals of Conroe YPC back here with Jody Czajkoski entering the Wheel of Death. Dun, dun, dun. Son, are you excited?
Not really.
Jody, are you excited?
I guess so.
That's
guess
kind of
so.
about, I'm in there with both of you guys. Not really, but I guess so. Okay, so Dick here is going to go ahead and spin a wheel to see who Jody is up against, Son or myself.
Please land on Taylor.
Please land on Son.
Please land on Taylor.
No, land on Son. Son. Yes. Oh,
Hey,
Yes.
best 2 out of 3?
yes.
Best 2 out of 3?
Okay, we're about to spin the wheel, and so just so everybody at home knows what we've got on the line today, we have a Vegemite smoothie, we have a habanero smoothie, a sardine smoothie, and a mealworm and clam juice smoothie. And Jody will get asked a question here, and they are fighting for what, Dick?
We're not fighting for anything. We're fighting for freedom to not drink it. Yeah, it's kind of scary. He's scary.
For the record, you did not disclose this part. I thought we were going to drink whiskey or something.
Oh, is that what it was? For the record, no, this part was not fully
The
disclosed.
Vegemite.
So, okay, Jody, we have categories. Now, if you get this correct, Son has to take a drink of just a sip of the Vegemite smoothie.
If he gets it wrong,
Then, Jody, you will have to take a sip of the Vegemite smoothie.
Okay.
There's the category of film, music, television, sports, and pop culture. And this is 80s, 90s trivia, keep in mind.
Okay.
What do you feel most confident in?
Let's do sports.
Let's do sports.
board.
So, what team did the U.S. beat in the gold medal hockey game at the 1980 Winter Olympics?
1980. Let me think. Hold on. Winner. I think that would be Finland.
No way! It's Finland! It's on!
I feel like there was some type of cooperation right there. Oh my goodness. Okay.
And that is yet another reason why Jody was elected as mayor. He is great at trivia.
He gets it right. Vegemite. For those out there that's listening, if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube,
Let's smell that real quick once you pop the top.
here you guys can smell it. It smells like, oh my goodness, it's just the most disgusting thing ever.
I'm good, man.
You good?
Yeah.
Oh my, it reeks so bad. It smells like
So So Vegemite is, very common over in Australia, and obviously it's not agreeing with San.
Shout out to Australia for making it the most disgusting thing ever.
The most disgusting thing
So-
ever, yeah.
So Vegemite is a thick, dark brown Australian food spread made from leftover brewer's yeast extract with various vegetable and spice additives.
Now that might not sound too bad to some of y'all at home.
Anything that says leftover,
Yeah.
it's going to be a little suspicious.
Oh, she wants, oh, shit. You want to take the shot for me, baby?
She's smiling.
Okay, so guys, here you go. I'm not gonna be a baby about it. Oh my goodness, here you go. It looks like
Sometimes
iced
you
coffee.
gotta get comfortable being
It really
uncomfortable,
looked like iced coffee.
It looks, yeah, just think of it as iced coffee.
I think suggestion next show maybe let's go with like IPAs or something like that.
IPAs might be a little, yeah, I
You
agree.
might get better guests to come than me.
Yeah.
Okay, here you go. Damn you, dick! I know it was set up. Cause I
It
was.
wasn't.
Yes, it was. Cause I was late. All right, here you go. I can't do it. All right. Oh my goodness!
Okay.
It tastes like an anchovy shot.
Like an anchovy shot?
Oh, that's
Oh, that's
disgusting.
gross. Okay, all right, he did
All right,
it.
guys, I gotta go.
Sometimes entrepreneurs have to get comfortable being uncomfortable.
Oh,
Son,
my
great
goodness,
job
that
there.
was
Thank you,
disgusting.
Jody
You
Czajkoski.
team player.
Thank you so
You're
much.
team player, son.
I
big
need to
team
ask one
player.
last question, guys. For all our listener, and if you want to reach out to Mayor Jody, if you have any question, please get with him. He said, hey, he'll give you his number, and if you want to give him a shout out, have anything to ask him, like I said, he got you. Okay, so Jody, go ahead.
Yeah, you're more than welcome to reach out at any time. My office line is 936-522-3010, and that's at the city of Conroe. And then my cell phone number is 713-560-6069. If you'd like for me to call you back, please leave a voicemail and a description of the conversation. I'd love to visit with you, and you see things we can do better. My email at Conroe is J Czajkoski, which is JCZAJKOSKI at cityofconroe.org. If not, just call up to City Hall in Conroe. I'm very easy to find, and I've got the longest last name there. So there you go.
He is very easy to find, and he will keep his word, and he is most certainly interested in everybody's opinions.
Thank you so much, Mayor, for
Thank you,
taking the
Joe.
time
Hey, thank you for
so
having me.
much.
Yeah,
And
appreciate
please thank your lovely wife
Yeah.
for, allowing you to be here with us
Yeah,
instead of at
thank
home
you.
with her this evening.
Son, brother. That was
Yeah,
gamer right
that's
there,
all.
man.
That's tickling my throat. Hey, thank you guys. Y'all have a wonderful evening. This was YPC, Young Professionals of Conroe. Good night.
Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you.